Captain Jabari, if you can hear me, good morning to you.
Good morning, David. How's it?
I'm well, but it's been a very, very long time. So good to have you on our show this morning. I know how busy you are, or you're going to be today and tomorrow due to the meetings that you have. But we're grateful to you for making time to join us this morning.
No
So
problem. I'm always available.
thank you very much. So give us an update, or if you can share some, some insights on investigations so far into the killings of the Kusasi chief Abdul Malik Azimbe, and the leads the police have, pursued so far. Where are we with investigations?
As you said, you have already narrated what has happened, I think, for the past week or so. The death of the Kosasi chief, followed by the Dominasi shooting incident, then later back to Asawasi again. And we believe that all these killings are interlinked or are connected. Currently, we have put up certain security measures to prevent such incidents from happening. But we have a few leads or follow-ups that we are pursuing. We have almost about 3 or 4 suspects that we are pursuing. But at this time, it will be very difficult for me to give you the names or details of these people because we think that they might flee. But when you go on social media, there are so many talk about young men who are speaking about these things on TikTok, Facebook, that you can even pick up some from them. So we urge the public to help us with some of these details on those who are on social media talking and threatening with these killings at Asawase. We believe that what happened at Shaman too might be linked to this same thing about Asawase. The general background is that it looks like the conflict is leaving Bawku and somehow coming to the southern side, where we have known chiefs or prominent people who are part of the Kusasi or the Mampusi groups, and the conflict is shifting towards that direction. That's the analogy that we are working with. But we believe that these measures we have put in place will curb the sporadic killings now, and will urge the citizens to cooperate with us. We know some of these restrictions infringe on their rights, but they must know that we have a situation to contain.
So how did you come to the conclusion that it has links or connections with the Bawku conflict?
One, the killings belong to these two same factions, that's the Mampusis and Kusasis who are dead. The charter that we have picked up from the various communications indicating that it's linked to the conflict over there. I think for the past 6 or 1 month, some killings have happened outside Bawku, still related to these two factions who are fighting. So that's the analogy that we are working with. But we are looking at other leads, but this is our main analogy that we are working with.
How certain are you, that you'll be able to bring the perpetrators to book, and what is being done to prevent similar incidents as well?
Currently, the police, national security, NIB are on the tail of these people. We have sophisticated weapons, sophisticated gadgets that we are using to tail or track some of these people. So I'm telling you that with the measures we are putting in, maybe within this week or next week, we're picking up 1 or 2 people who are linked or related to these killings in the region. And to go over the measures that we have put in place, mostly because of the heavy traffic in Asawase, most of these measures are perpetrated by people who are on motorbikes, wearing smokes, they're able to hide the weapons over there, and they're able to do the killing. So there's a ban on motorbikes in Asawase after 7. Currently, during the daytime, you can only use licensed motorbike, can't use unlicensed motorbikes. We have various security checkpoints in Asawase now. In Asawase, if you go there now, almost 150 to 200 meters, there's either a military checkpoint, a police checkpoint, or a national security checkpoint there to check people. I believe that when you're able to control the movement of these people, it prevents further incidents from happening.
So with these measures that you've put in place, you expect calm in Asawase and its surrounding communities without any more attacks?
For almost 72 hours, we have not experienced any issues in Asawase. In the 72 hours that we have put these measures in place, and we believe that with the continuous presence of security forces, the situation is going to calm down. It's going to give us opportunity to follow up on our leads or suspects so that we can apprehend them. So that's what we are working on.
What about the special investigative team deployed by the IGP? Are they in town, and what have they been up to so far?
Currently, there are a lot of teams in town. We have a team from National Security who are in town, a team from NIB who are in town, and a team from the IGP's office who are in town. And we are all syncing together to focus on the suspect and bringing them to book currently. So we are quite a little bit busy working on this as our situation to bring it to calm.
And are there any, initiatives to promote dialogue and conflict resolution within the community? Because I know that you've even suspended.
The RECSEC have tried to engage the various chiefs within Asawasi and even outside Asawasi, mostly the chiefs within the Zongos. We are trying to talk to the youth leaders. Mostly it's the youth leaders or the youth kings who are mobilizers of the youth in this front. We have engaged most of them that they should come down and trust the police and the security apparatus are willing and ready to arrest anybody linked to this violence. If they have any leads or information, just rather give it to us instead of going to conduct their own operations on their own. So we are working on various fronts.
How about the use of these small...
have been engaged in this issue to help let the chiefs come down, the youth groups come down so that we deal with the situation.
Captain Jabari, one concern has to do with the ammunition that they are using, the weapons that they are using, AK-47. In the incident at Asawase where the Kusasi chief was killed, they used AK-47. The other man who was killed 2 days after at Asawase, AK-47 was used. They did not say, incident AK-47 was used. What is the plan to rid people of these small arms in the possession of these arms?
The issues of small arms and proliferation and smuggle of arms is another issue that we have to deal with. But we must admit that there are a number of arms and ammunitions which are not supposed to be in the hands of civilians. We must admit as a nation, and most of these arms and ammunition are either used for robberies or used to fuel conflict within the various sectors within Ghana, Volta region, Northern, Ashanti, Takrady. All those arms are being used. Even some are even linked to these issues of illegal mining and the holding of arms and ammunition over there. So that's a different issue that we have to tackle and see how we can tackle that issue well. But currently we are focusing on these ones, and when we're able to restrict the movement of people, and when there's security presence everywhere, it's difficult for people to come out with their AK-47s or whatever type of weapon that they are, because there's enough security to dominate the area, and anybody who has such things fear to move them out or come out with them. So that's the current measures we are putting in place.
But having said that, and I understand the fact that you need to concentrate more on this incident and arrest the perpetrators and all that, but when is it likely that you'll be going after these small arms, and what strategies would you be putting in place to ensure that these people who have the arms in their possession would willingly even bring it out, or we can identify where they are and go after them?
David, that one I can't say it on this your radio, but definitely be rest assured that when we finish with this incident, we're coming for those who have those automatic weapons or rifles with them. Even people who have weapons which have not been registered, we're coming after them. And we are working with the Small Arms Commission to identify those who are selling the weapons, and we are going after all of them. So this is not something that we are taking it lightly.
My colleague Leo Stanley has a question for you. Leo.
Jabari.
Yes, sir.
We have heard several reports from different corners about, people from the north who come and do galamsey in the south, and the money that they make here is being used to fuel the conflict in terms of, buying weapons and mobilizing people. Have you picked up on this intel? How true is it, and what are the measures that you are taking to make sure you keep this one?
In my submission, when I was talking, I talked about arms at galamsey sites or illegal mining people. And when I've worked on this illegal mining for a while now, most of the illegal mining sites, about 70% of them are either Ghanaians from the north or foreigners, Togolese, Burkinabes, and people from the north. And we believe that some of them are involved in some of these conflicts. But I can't be very sure that their money is big enough to fuel the conflict. The analogy that maybe some of these perpetrators are hitting to the south is that they believe they have some big men in the south who have big money or big money to fuel some of this conflict. That's why the conflict is coming a little bit to the south, because they think maybe David is a financier. He belongs to one of the tribes. He has enough money and he's pumping to Bawku. So that's why they are coming after such people in the south.
All right. So Captain Jabari, you know what we will do? I know that you're very busy this week. So we'll let you go for now. But after this week, let's find time, have you in the studios, and let's talk about the general security situation in Kumasi, which of course is of concern. I saw a video last week, over the weekend actually, where a student of a school in Kumasi, senior high school, was using a machete to try and cut himself. So and these are senior high school students. So please, we'll find time and bring you to our studios and have some more conversations.
No problem, my brother.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Thank you.
The Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator in the person of Captain John Kwame Jabari, retired, and he joined us on the phone line. So,